Near the tombs of Egypt in the year 1945, a discovery was made that shook the very foundations of Christianity and contained the secret to immortality. Buried for centuries, a trove of 13 manuscripts banned by the church was discovered, and one of these ancient texts contained the secret teachings of Jesus Christ, and it said that anyone who correctly understands them will never die. These manuscripts shed light on the mystical teachings of the Gnostics, who believed in salvation not through faith, but through secret knowledge. However, the Gnostics were seen as a threat by the Roman Orthodox Church, and their followers were brutally persecuted. Their writings were burned and destroyed, leaving us with a great loss of their hidden knowledge. The Gnostics claimed to possess secret teachings of Jesus that were passed down through a mystical tradition. Church Father Saint Irenaeus writes, "The Gnostics declared that Jesus spoke in a mystery to his disciples and apostles privately, and that they requested and obtained permission to hand down the things thus taught them to others who should be worthy and believing." The Gospel of Thomas was one of the manuscripts found near the ancient tombs, and the very first line reads, "These are the secret sayings that the living Jesus spoke, and he said, whoever discovers the correct interpretation of these sayings will not taste death." And that hidden interpretation is exactly what we're going to reveal right now. But first, make sure that you like and subscribe. My channel is all about transforming consciousness and revealing hidden knowledge to transform the world, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss information that could change your life. Throughout the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus lays out the secret to achieving immortality. The opening of the Gospel of Thomas continues. Jesus said, "The one who seeks should not stop seeking until he finds. When he finds, he will be disturbed. When he is disturbed, he will be astonished, and he will reign over the all." Now, this saying implies that the secret to immortality is hidden and requires effort to discover, and that it will profoundly change the seeker. First they'll be disturbed, then astonished, then finally have the power to rule. Now, I was indoctrinated into Christianity since birth, so I'm intimately familiar with the traditional view of Jesus, and the Gospel of Thomas reveals the teachings of Jesus the church would never want you to hear, because it destroys their methods of control and reveals your true power. See, the Gospel of Thomas reveals a Jesus who's more like a mystic, speaking of spiritual enlightenment and inner wisdom. This gospel implies that salvation is not dependent on religious dogma, but on gaining self-knowledge and connecting with the divine core within. It teaches that the key to unlocking the mysteries of the universe lies within us, not in some god in the sky. In saying 50, Jesus says, "If they say to you, 'Where did you come from?' say to them, 'We came from the light, the place where the light came into being on its own accord and established itself and became manifest through their image. If they say to you, "Is it you?" say, "We are its children. We are the elect of the living Father." Now, what does all this mean? Light that comes from itself and we're its children? Well, if you've seen my other video on another one of the banned gospels, the Gospel of the Egyptians, you'll know the Gnostics didn't believe that God created light, but that God is light itself. The very essence of the Supreme Being is that of pure light, from which all things came to be. Now, could it be that the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe lies in the understanding that everything we see, touch, and experience is generated from an eternal light? The physicist David Bohm certainly believed so, stating that every aspect of the universe, from the tiniest particle to the vast expanse of the cosmos itself, was formed from light. He said, "Light can carry information about the entire universe. Light, by interactions of different rays, produce particles and all the diverse structures of matter. Matter is condensed or frozen light. When we come to light, we are coming to the fundamental activity in which existence has its ground." Thousands of years before modern physics, the Gospel of Thomas echoed this same idea, revealing that we originated from a divine light. It teaches that we are children of this sacred light, and that our immortal existence is rooted in our connection to the divine. However, it's in saying 3 that Jesus reveals the most significant secret to immortality. When you know yourselves, then you will be known, and you will understand that you are the children of the living Father. But if you do not know yourselves, then you live in poverty and you are the poverty. This saying implies that the key to immortality lies in self-knowledge. But what does it mean to know ourselves? Well, in saying 108, Jesus says, "Whoever drinks from my mouth will become like me. I myself shall become that person, and the hidden things will be revealed to him." Now, this saying is implying that the secret to self-knowledge and immortality lies in becoming like Jesus. But what does it mean to become like Jesus? And why does it say he'll also become like that person? Well, the answer lies in understanding what Jesus means by becoming like me. Drinking from Christ's mouth isn't a fetish. It means to understand the words that he's saying. When you understand the message that he's trying to convey, you will become like him and he will become like you. Why? Because you'll both have attained the same level of consciousness. But what exactly do you need to understand to reach this consciousness? In saying 3, Jesus says, if your leaders say to you, "Look, the kingdom is in the sky," then the birds will be there before you. If they say to you, "It is in the sea," then the fish will be there before you. Rather, the kingdom is within you and is outside you. Well, what does it mean that the kingdom is outside of you and inside of you? By outside of you, it means that the material world is the kingdom, and by inside of you, it means you need to reach the level of consciousness where you understand that. In saying 5, Jesus says, "Know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be disclosed." He's saying, hello, it's right in front of your face. Wake up. Christ keeps emphasizing the kingdom and the secret to existence is right in front of you. You just need to realize it. That's why he says it's within you and all around you. You've already found it. It's right in front of you, but you need a shift in consciousness to realize it. That part is inside of you, that realization. Putting this all together, what does it mean? It means that reality is pure light. God is pure light. That's ultimately what we all are. By slowing down its rays, this light condensed a portion of itself into matter. This is the material world. It's the kingdom of God. This light, or God, enters its kingdom, the material world, through bodies, through the consciousness of human beings. We are God exploring its kingdom. This is what the Gospel of Thomas means by "we came from the light and we are its children." Saying 113 says, his disciples said to him, "When will the kingdom come?" It will not come by watching for it. It will not be said, "Look here" or "Look there." Rather, the Father's kingdom is spread out upon the earth and people don't see it. The Secrets of the Kabbalah, a system of Jewish mysticism, also agrees that the kingdom is here. Kabbalah seeks to explain the nature of the universe and humanity's relationship to God. It emphasizes the importance of understanding the divine nature of the universe and the interconnectedness of all things. Kabbalists believe that the universe is made up of 10 interconnected spheres, or sephirot, that represent different aspects of God's nature. Malkut is the 10th and final sphere, which represents the physical world, including the earth and all material things. And what does Malkut mean? Kingdom. What is a castle made of? Bricks, matter. The material world is the kingdom of God. It's our kingdom. We're in it right now. Like the Gospel of Thomas says, it's not in the sky or the sea. It's right in front of you. You just need to realize it. Do you see how crazy the world is? People are worshiping a God in the sky and trying to get to the kingdom when they die, when the truth is, they are God and they're already in the kingdom. It's like becoming lucid in a dream. You're in the dream the whole time, but you don't realize it until you have a shift in consciousness and become lucid. Then you realize you're in a dream and it's your world to rule. This is what Jesus means when he says, when you discover the secret, you will be disturbed, then astonished, then rule over the all, because you'll realize that you're already in the kingdom. It's right in front of you and it's ours to rule. The only problem is the kingdom is in a terrible state. Why? Because people haven't realized that it is the kingdom, and so they aren't taking care of it. They're letting it crumble into ruins. But when we realize that we are the gods of this world and this is our kingdom, we can begin constructing a magnificent citadel. And that's what my channel and my work is all about, getting people to realize what we are and where we are so we can begin to create a better world for all of us. The Gospel of Thomas teaches that salvation is not obtained through worshiping a God, but by realizing that we are God in the flesh. Being like Jesus doesn't mean following a list of rules and singing songs on the weekend. Being like Jesus means realizing that you are God, just like Jesus realized he was God. So the next time someone tells you you need to be like Jesus, tell them, I am like Jesus. I'm God. The secret to immortality is to realize that we are already immortal because we are eternal souls, beings of light. We just need to realize it. Our bodies may die, but our souls live on, and we will continue to reincarnate into bodies in the kingdom. Remember that even though we are eternal souls, our bodies can still die. So it's important to take care of yourself by staying safe and healthy. We are the eternal God of light that creates its kingdom by slowing down its rays into matter, then inserts itself into bodies to explore its world. If you want to know why we don't remember that we did this, watch my video on the banned Gospel of the Egyptians. And if you want to know more about the Gospel of Thomas, check out my playlist where I read and explain it in its entirety. My channel is about spreading this information to create a new humanity and a new earth, so hit like and subscribe now to help the algorithm spread it. If you feel like you ever learned something from my videos, support on Patreon and you'll get access to secret videos and more. You can also help by hitting the join button on YouTube right below this video.